Snow White, Princess Snow White. Okay. Long ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a lovely young princess named Snow White. Her stepmother, the queen, was cruel and vain. She hated anyone whose beauty rivaled her, and she watched her stepdaughter with angry, jealous eyes. The queen had magic powers and owned a wondrous mirror that spoke. Every day she stood before it and asked, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" And every day the mirror answered, "You are the fairest one of all, O queen, the fairest our eyes have ever seen." As time passed, Snow White grew more and more beautiful, and the queen grew more and more envious. She forced the princess to dress in rags and work from dawn to dusk. Despite all the hard work, Snow White stayed sweet, gentle, and cheerful. Day after day, she washed and swept and scrubbed, and day after day, she dreamed of a handsome prince who would come and carry her far off to his castle. One day, when the queen spoke to the mirror, it replied with the news she had been dreading. There was now someone even more beautiful than the queen. And that person was Snow White. The queen sent for her huntsman. "Take Snow White deep into the forest," she said, "and there, my faithful huntsman, you will kill her." The man begged the queen to have mercy, but she would not be persuaded. "Silence!" she warned. "You know the penalty if you fail." The next day, Snow White, never suspecting she was in danger, went with the huntsman. When they were deep in the woods, the huntsman drew his knife. Then, suddenly, he fell to his knees. "I can't do it," he sobbed. "Forgive me." He told her it was the queen who had ordered this wicked deed. "The queen?" gasped Snow White. "She's jealous of you," said the huntsman. "She'll stop at nothing. Quick, run away, and don't come back. I'll lie to the queen. Now go, run, hide!" Frightened, Snow White fled through the woods. Branches tore at her clothes. Sharp twigs scratched her arms and legs. Strange eyes stared from the shadows. Danger lurked everywhere. Snow White ran on and on. At last, Snow White fell wearily to the ground and began to weep. The gentle animals of the forest gathered around and tried to comfort her. Chirping and chattering, they led her to a tiny cottage. "Oh," said Snow White, "it's adorable, just like a doll's house." But inside, the little tables and chairs were covered with dust, and the sink was filled with dirty dishes. "My," said Snow White, "perhaps the children who live here are orphans and need someone to take care of them. Maybe they'll let me stay and keep house for them." The animals all helped, and soon the place was neat and tidy. Meanwhile, the 7 dwarves who lived in the cottage were heading home from the mine where they worked. The dwarfs were amazed to find their house so clean. Whoa! They were even more amazed when they went upstairs and saw Snow White. "It's a girl," said Doc. "She's beautiful," sighed Bashful. "Oh," said Grumpy, "she's gonna be trouble. Mark my words." Snow White woke with a start and saw the dwarves gathered around her. "Why, you're not children," she said. "You're little men. I read your names on the beds."